time for real honest conversation with Eric David and Jason Howard. So, a holiday is coming down the pipeline.
Okay.
It's called Valentine's Day.
Oh, we're going
the
there.
day for lovers.
Right.
For Latin lovers. Those who aren't Latin lovers.
What about the white crackers like me?
What do you guys call it?
Well, we call it Valentine's Day as well. Yeah, but our approach is a little bit different. Like my wife is Latino, and she is a lover. I'm a white cracker, so I want to be Hispanic. I want to be somewhat like black, maybe latte version like you.
I'm delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I want to be white. I want to be Brazilian because they have a thing.
Yeah. And they can dance.
They can dance.
It's in the hips. There's something. I don't have it in the hips. Have you ever tried? Has your wife ever taken you dancing?
You don't even want to know.
I do want to know.
No, you don't.
I want to see it because
it's brutal.
I want to see it.
It's brutal.
Listen, Latinos have hips that hips don't don't lie.
I know. I don't get it.
But I tried dancing and it's like and I'm like, okay, but I can't get my hips to move. Like they just swivel. They're sort of mesmerizing, hypnotizing.
I know.
I mean, I can do a two-step. I can,
you're a lot farther than me. See, that's what I do. I am the white crack. Like Hitch, that movie was made for me. I was already married.
Oh, right, Hitch, yes.
But
yes.
I would have been the guy. I would have been the guy that would have hired Hitch to help me learn to dance so that I could look cool in the club.
Let me be your Hitch. You want me to teach you how to dance?
But no. What I'm saying is I had enough skill that I didn't have to hire that guy because I could at least, I at least have this down right here, like.
Oh, go ahead.
Right. So I could do that, but then you start swaying and moving those hips around like that. No.
No. Oh man.
No. I can stand. I can move to the beat. You ask me to move those hips, it gets ugly. That's when people start turning their head, and like the grandmas that go, the Spanish grandmas that are like, oh, Tito.
Because you become that guy.
I'm that guy.
You're that guy.
It's bad, bro.
Nobody wants to be that guy.
I don't want to be that guy. But you know what? I'm already married. I got a great wife, a hottie. I got kids. I don't care if I can dance anymore.
That's true. He doesn't care. He's not here to impress you.
I'm not. No, because my Valentine is a happy woman.
Yeah, man. So where did Valentine's Day come from?
Where'd it come from?
Well, I've got a website.
Okay.
I did my Googles.
Okay.
Right. So, according to the BBC News Round.
All right. BBC.
The day gets its name from a famous saint,
Ooh.
but there are several stories of who he was.
Okay.
The popular belief is that Saint Valentine is that he was a priest from Rome in the 3rd century AD. Emperor Claudius II had banned marriage because he thought married men were bad soldiers.
Ooh. Okay.
So if you're married, you can't fight. So that would mean I'm a better fighter. I'm a better soldier than you because I'm single, not looking to mingle at some point. But you're married. So if we fought, I might win.
You would win.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I feel like I would need to fight harder because I have a wife and I have kids.
Oh, you have something to fight for.
I have something to fight for.
But I have nothing to lose.
Well, that's true too.
So which one is the bigger? So something to fight for or nothing to lose? Who wins?
That's good.
So Valentine, this Valentine fella, felt that this was unfair.
Okay.
He broke the rules
Ooh.
and arranged marriages in secret.
Ooh.
So when Claudius found out, Valentine was thrown into jail and sentenced to death.
Ooh.
Now there he fell in love with the jailer's daughter. I don't know why she was there. Why was the jailer's daughter there? Like, was it bring your daughter to work day? Come on, honey, I want to show you what to do. So I don't know. I don't know why she was there, but maybe she.
How old was she?
I don't know. It doesn't say, but maybe she committed a crime and she was in jail. And so it was just kind of a
awkward moment.
Yeah. He fell in love with the jailer's daughter.
Okay.
And he was taken to jail to be killed on February 14th. So that's why they say it's on that date.
Okay.
He sent her a love letter when he was sentenced to be killed, and signed the letter from your Valentine.
Oh,
okay? So
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, so that's one.
Okay.
The other is it's having a particular Valentine's Day is a very old tradition.
Okay.
Thought to have originated from a Roman festival. The Romans had a festival called I don't even know, Lupercalia.
Lupercalia, it is.
Sounds like a disease.
Yes, it does.
I have Lupercalia.
Venereal
I need to let you know. Before we get to the next level, I just need to let you know. I have Lupercalia.
Lupercalia.
Oh, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, right?
This ain't gonna happen.
Sorry, buddy.
This festival called Lupercalia, I guess, I'm butchering that, in the middle of February.
Okay.
Officially the start of their springtime. As part of the celebrations, boys drew names of the girls from a box.
Oh.
And they'd be boyfriend and girlfriend during the festival. And sometimes they would even get married.
Oh.
Okay? So later on, the church wanted to turn this festival into a Christian celebration and decided to use it to remember St. Valentine too.
Okay.
Gradually, St. Valentine's name started to be used by people to express their feelings to those they loved.
Oh.
According to the BBC, that's where it came from.
Okay.
Now, as I mentioned, I'm single. But this guy over here, he's married.
I'm married.
And wait a minute. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna let you finish.
I was gonna ask how many years you've been married.
Oh man. Okay, it makes me feel old a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I've been married 17 years.
Woo! You need a celebration for that.
Come on.
Boom, boom, boom.
And I seriously, like, I just don't get it when people talk about the ball and chain. I just don't get it. I've never, ever. So I am a happily married man. Like when people say that, like I just picture my face right here. Bling.
That's his happy face.
That's a happy face.
Happy face.
Happily married man.
I want to know why.
Okay.
What are the secrets? They always say secrets. There are no secrets. I don't think.
No, we don't have many secrets. Especially as you're married later and later, all the secrets go out the window. Yeah,
okay.
Everything is exposed. There are no secrets at 17 years.
But maybe that's why it's successful. Because you have no secrets.
Ah, that's true. I like that.
So there are no secrets to a successful relationship. Because you keep no secrets. You're honest with each other, right?
Yeah.
You communicate.
Yeah.
But you tell me, you're the married man. My relationships they don't even last as long as this government shutdown.
Da-da-da.
Boom, boom.
That's good. That was
33
really good.
days.
And
counting.
Yeah, oh gosh, I know it's killing me, man. It's killing my clients. It's messing everything up. This is crazy. Happy wife, happy life, right? Secrets of a happy, successful marriage. I probably, if I'm just speaking candidly and honestly, openly, it's not going to be sexy. It's not like rocket science or anything like that. And I think it's neat that I actually get to sit in this spot and maybe talk about it. I guess 17 years isn't shabby.
No.
So I'm honored, first of all, that I get to even talk this way. I think it would be good to do a follow-up and ask my wife if I'm full of crap about what I'm going to say.
Yes.
But I think, honestly, my wife, I knew, I don't know if anybody has struggled with this, but when I was single, like, I had, like, hot girl syndrome. So every hot girl that I saw, I was like, is that the one?
Yeah.
So no matter, I could be working out at the gym. She walks in, she's got yoga pants on, and I'm like, oh, there's my future wife right there.
The yoga pants will do it every time.
Yoga pants. You know what I mean? Like, every hot chick could potentially be the future Mrs. Howard. Mm-hmm. And it started to actually really jack me up to a place where I actually had to start like talking to God about it and saying, listen, I'm driving myself nuts. I'm what ifing myself to death. Can you help me in this area, because I'm going to drive myself cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So my prayer really kind of changed a lot. And I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm done. I'm done trying to like figure out who my wife is. I'm done trying to always like chase after this hot chick over here and trying to pull out my moves on this one over here. It got so like, I got tired. And finally I just prayed a real honest prayer to God. And I said, listen, I give you my hands, my heart, my head. You already know I love you. But I give you my future relationship, and I don't know how to do it myself. So I invite you into it. I'm going to need you to steer and guide me. And so that was my first secret, to be honest. I quit doing it on my own, and I actually invited God. I didn't play religious churchy crap.
Right.
Like I invited God to be in the middle of my relationship, to help point out the kind of woman that I would want. And I remember saying a scary prayer. I was like, God, like I tell you what my flesh likes,
right?
But I'm not praying according to what my flesh wants. I'm just asking you. I need you to guide me in this area, because I'll be honest with you. I would never say her name, but I dated a bathing suit model, and it was like hell on earth. It was not, you would think, oh, everybody wants to, hang out with a bathing suit model. Bro, I would walk into like Subway looking to fight all the time, because everywhere we went, dudes were gawking. They were like staring at, dudes are brutal.
Sorry, I missed everything you just said. I was just thinking about the bathing suit model. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, what did she look like in your head?
She was amazing.
Well, this one probably didn't look like that. But she's super attractive. She was, I was 20 something. And so she was 20. You're at the prime of your life. You look great. 20 something, right? So she was definitely smoking hot. But everywhere we went, I was always ready to fight, because there were so many disrespectful dudes.
Yes.
Just saying all kinds of stuff and eyeballer and totally disrespectful to me, and just nobody has, if there isn't a ring on you, like, and even then some people are like,
yeah, they don't care.
Oh yeah. Like let's, that's a challenge.
Great. It is a challenge. Yeah.
So that steamrolled me, bro. It burned me out. And so that's when I went to God and said, listen, I don't need a bathing suit model. I don't need, any type of woman except the woman that you think would be right for me. Now, clearly, God's not going to hook you up with a Bertha. Sorry if your name's Bertha. No offense to you. But ugly.
Rasputia. What is that Eddie Murphy movie? I think it's Norbit.
Right.
And it was like Rasputia was her name. And she was mean. She was yeah. Anyway, I know we know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, so I've had a down and dirty conversation with the Creator, and I said, I need you to help me figure it out. And that was the first secret for me. The second secret was when I believe that God brought my wife into my life. My heart and my mind was ready for her, because I had already said, listen, just because I see hot chicks that I find physically attractive, I'm not going to try to go put my moves on them.
Right.
I'm done. It's over. You're going to have to bring this lady in my, and you're going to have to make it really obvious for me. So I'm hard-headed. I can be a knucklehead. So sure. God has to work extra hard to speak to me. So I'll never forget it though, when I did bump into my wife. I knew, man. Some people talk about this thing. I thought they were full of crap, bro. I thought they were full of crap.
That's where I'm at.
Well, I get it. I felt that way. I thought people, you know what? That's in the movies. That's BS.
Yes.
But I tell you, so maybe I can just quickly share our story.
Okay.
So I was youth pastoring at the time, and for some reason, I used to work at a Christian bookstore in our old mall, and she knew that I worked there. So she ended up going there and saying, hey, she came back home from college, and we were buddies. We were friends, but I used to always think she was like my buddy, so I'd put my arm around her and be like, oh, my little sister. I never found her to be attractive. Ooh. And quite frankly, she was a nerd.
Well, you were the sexy librarian, so I guess...
Yeah.
Right? You were
I don't know about that.
In the bookstore, so.
Yeah. But I mean, when she was young, like we went to youth group together.
Okay.
Right. And she like, this is this was even before my time, but there was this show called Little House on the Prairie. She looked like these little House on the Prairie ladies that walked around in these like sundresses and looked homely and did not wear, like, her mom had her on lockdown.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. She was like dork mode, right? Nerd, but super smart and super sweet. So I never found her to be attractive. She went off to college.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened.
And then yeah, man.
Something happened.
Yeah,
she grew up. She
man.
went from little girl to woman, and she found out that I was youth pastoring, and she's like, "Hey," she called the church because she got the number from the lady from the bookstore. So she called it. So she actually kind of like sought me out a little bit, right? Now, which that's, a lot of people are like, "Don't do that. Don't do that." I needed that. My prayer to God was like, "You're gonna have to help me and make it really obvious." Well, I'm getting ready for that night with the students and stuff, and she shows up. She comes walking in the back. I tell you what she was wearing. She's wearing this yellow sweater with gray pants, and dude, she made that stuff look good.
You remember the outfit?
I remember the outfit, man.
The heavens opened up.
Dude, no, there was a slow motion moment for me.
Slow motion.
I kid you not. My heart started racing. I started like getting nervous. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, oh no, I'm doing this to myself again, right? So I see her and I walk over and I play it off and it's cool. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? It's good to see you. And I gave her a hug and she was like, oh, it's so good to see you. Like, so this is the youth ministry? I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Service is starting. So I do my thing and I, whatever. Afterwards, after the service, I say, hey, like, we're going to go hang out at like a local restaurant. You want to come? So she comes to the local restaurant. We're having a blast. We're laughing. And she's got to get back to Kent State. She's a Kent State alumni, but she had to drive pretty far to get back. So she goes to leave, and my heart starts to like race again. I'm like, oh man, I got to follow her.
Oh, that's creepy.
Right? Well, not that way.
I'm just joking.
I got to walk her out to the car. So I walk her out to the car.
Yeah, I get it.
And bro, I turn into a complete... I wanted to say a bad word. I was a complete idiot, a stumbling, fumbling idiot. So I walk her, and I'm like, hey, I'm so glad that you came and hung out. And I put out my freaking hand to shake her hand. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
I've done it before. Yeah.
Oh, have you? Okay. Yeah. It was bad. It was stupid. But my heart was racing. My hands were sweaty. I shake her hand, and she's like looking at me like weird, like, why are you shaking my? You've never shaken my hand before. But she was just hot. She was gorgeous, and I was attracted to her. But I knew her, and I already liked her as a friend. She's like my little sister. But now I'm like seeing her in a different light. It was jacking me all up, and so I shook her hand, and it was the most awkward goodbye ever. For 2 weeks, it haunted me. I know that God was like nudging me, and she kept popping in my head and my heart, and it's like, you got to reach out to her. And then I don't know if this happens to everybody, but again, remember my crazy, scary prayer. I told God, I said, you're going to have to make it obvious. You're going to have to talk to me. I said, don't make me crazy. You start talking to me and people are like, who are talking to you? Is God talking to you? Yeah, I hear God's voice. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? But in that moment, I'm having this heartthrob moment. I hear this phrase. I didn't know this was in the Bible even. He who finds a wife has found a great thing. Didn't know that it existed. Secondly, he said, Jason, if you don't pursue her, you'll lose her. And I was like, what the F?
Pursue it or lose it.
Yes. I was like, oh, dang. Okay. So it took me 2 weeks to call her. I was a pansy. I practiced. I had a roommate. I was practicing with my roommate. I was like, hey, bro, how does this sound? And my roommate can attest to this because he was my best man in the wedding. I practiced with him. I was like, I'm gonna call her up. I'm gonna say this. He's like, okay. I was like, can we practice? Yeah. Okay. I was practicing with my roommate to call her. It took me 2 weeks. So ridiculous. When I called her up, it was like that awkward night where I shook her hand. It was oh my gosh, bro. Super embarrassing. Long story short, we went out for our first, I stumbled around and basically said, hey, would you want to go out and just grab something to eat? played it off kind of cool. Yeah, sure. That night, I go to jump in the car, right? We're going to head, we eat at this restaurant and then we're going to take off and go down to the local park. So she's jumping in my car and I open up the car door for her. And then she said, she looked beautiful that night. You know, it was just a perfect night. And then she reaches over and she unlocks my door. Now right?
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
Slow motion moment. When she did that, because I used to date girls, I almost married a chick before her. Okay. That, I mean, like they would pop the mirror down and start doing lipstick thing. You know what I'm saying? That kind of chick. She was the first one that ever reached over. Now, when I was little, my mom used to do that for me. I would open up the car door for her and she would then, you know, reach over and like either unlock and push the door open. And she did that. And it was just this confirmation moment. I knew, I was like, holy crap, this is my wife. Right. This is the one. I already had all these feelings for her. I knew what she valued. And then, oh my gosh, she wasn't thinking about herself. She was thinking about me. I was like, done deal. Right. So that's how I ended up finding out, like, this is the one. All these little confirmations, God nudging me. Hey, if you like her, I love how God doesn't like force you into something, but he'll nudge you. You know, he'll let you know when something good is there. And he wasn't forceful. He was a gentleman. He pushed me. He nudged me. He even kind of, you know, got in my face a little bit. Right. But that's how I met my wife, was that whole scenario. So I had a jacked up track record before that. I broke a lot of hearts. I was an idiot. I did, I don't know what type of audience we're going to have watching this, but it just was not a very PG rated, you know, dating relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So not a good track record. I could have ruined lots of things. So my first secret is talk to God, go to God, be honest, man, and invite him into it, but don't do it in this stupid religious way. Just keep it real. Yeah. And I think it can set you up for a lot of success. I know that if she were here, she would say something similarly. She had a bad track record with a bunch of dudes, but she eventually said the same thing to God. So I feel like it's a heart condition first before it's any relational things, you know? But I wish I could take mad props for it, but if it weren't for him, I would be divorced with kids. Nothing against anybody that's divorced with kids, but that's where I'd be right now, working a job that I hate. And I'll just leave it at that. It gets worse and worse, but I know my life would look way different if it weren't for her.
So do you think there is a one? I've argued this with people for many a year. Yeah. I don't think there is a one. Maybe that's a bombshell. But I don't think there's a one. I think that's a Hollywood version. But you're coming at it from a spiritual perspective, and I'm coming at it from a little different perspective. Yep. Just sort of a logical perspective, meaning like, I think that we have a choice, and I think you even mentioned that, like you say that God nudges you. He doesn't make the decision for you, but he's like, okay, here's the option. Take it or you're going to lose a good thing, right?
And I could totally be wrong on that, but at least the God of the Bible that I read about, I think he's a gentleman. Right. I don't think he pushes anybody. Now, there's times in history where he's got to put the smack down because it can alter the course of history for humanity. And there's certain people, like the lineage of Jesus, like it was very clear he handpicked certain people, but they were cool with it. You know what I mean? Like Mary, he went to Mary, and Mary's like, Gabriel was like, yeah, you're going to have a baby. And she was like, well, I'm a virgin. I've never like messed around with a dude. And he's like, totally cool. This is going to be a baby from it. So, and then she accepted the assignment. She was like, yeah, let it be as you say. But I really do believe that God is a gentleman. And I got to be honest with you. I agree with you. I don't know if there is the person.
Right. That's gonna disappoint and depress a lot of people because they're always looking for the one because of Hollywood. Now here's what I think. Okay.
All right. Tell me.
But it's real simple. You just break it down, right? So I think that there are people in this world that you are compatible with, right?
Okay.
You get along with certain people,
Yep.
you don't get along with others. In that group of people that you get along with,
Okay.
out of those people, right, there are people in that group, a subgroup, a subset that you're attracted to.
Okay.
And so you are attracted to those, and then I think that is sort of those are your options there. So then you go after, okay, look, I'm compatible with these people. I'm attracted to some of them, and there may be a certain connection I have with even a smaller group, and I think those are the ones you can go after.
Okay.
But to say that there's only one special one, because there are a lot of people who get married, and then something happens, God forbid, something happens, and then they find love again. So is it there are certain people for different chapters of your life, or are there multiple ones out there? And it's up to you to choose. Because like when people get married, it's like, okay, I choose you. Out of all the people that I could have chosen,
Right.
I choose you. So I think it's more of a choice out of those who you are compatible with. And so instead of just one person, and if you don't find that person out of 7 billion people in the world, I mean, what if she's over in Australia and you never meet her? Or she's in China and you never meet her? Like those odds are horrible.
Yeah, those are sucky odds for sure.
But maybe that's why everybody's depressed. Like their one is all the way across the other side of the world.
Well, I think that there are multiple personalities that could be the one. I do think that, I think that God has a 30,000 foot view and he can see the dots connect for sure. But I love that he is not like this autocratic dictator that's up there that's going to make things happen. Like he is the author of free will. And so I like the fact that I was attracted to Alicia. I knew that there could be potential marriage there, but I love that God didn't make her marry me. It had to be in her heart. It had to be, the things that she valued, she needed to see in me. But I believe that there are other people. In fact, I'll be honest with you. I even told her once there was a couple people interested in me, and there were a couple guys interested in her, and we were just talking. We were hanging out. We weren't like official or anything. But I told her. I said there came a moment where I said, "Listen, I like you more than just hang out friends, right?" I said, "I think there's more to this than that." And I didn't want like over spiritualize it, but I was just like, there's more to it than that. I just want you to know though, that I have others in my life that I could pursue.
You got options.
I got options. I did. I remember the phone conversation. I remember the night that we talked on the phone because she had mentioned that there was this guy pursuing her. And I said, listen, you could totally go hang out with him, but I just want you to know if you do that, I'm not going to play games because I'm not a game player. I came from all that, right? So I'm like, I don't have any interest in it.
Right.
And if this is of God, God knows my heart. He knows what I can handle, what I can't handle. I was trying to do way too many things at the time. I just told her flat out. I said, that means that you're not interested here. And then I probably will not call you or talk to you. I'm going to move on very quickly. And she made it very clear. She's like, well, I don't want that to happen. And I said, cool. Yeah. So I think was God in all of that? To be honest with you, I don't know. I think there's also times where God can send people our way, but we can miss it. Right?
Yes, I've done that. I'm guilty of that.
And I don't think that's bad either. Right? Because I feel like God has the best freaking GPS system ever. If you miss an exit, you can get off at the next exit and he'll direct you on how to get back to the destination. And then he'll help you to cross paths again. And if for some reason that particular store shuts at 5 o'clock and it's closed and there are other opportunities elsewhere, in his big GPS system, he will lead you to another incredible opportunity. And not to sound like preachy whatsoever, because that turns me off and makes my stomach curl, but I love that God is in the business of using whatever for the good of those that love him. So if you love him and you miss it, it doesn't matter. There's still a kick butt woman out there that is for you, that is going to support you, that is going to be a kick butt. I use the term helpmate. You know, so just because you missed it doesn't mean that you've missed it. Now you're going to be single for the rest of your life.
Oh, dude, I am not like those ones on social media who whine and complain. But I'm good. Like I'm single. I'm good. And I know I've missed it I've missed it a few times. I've had a few.
Tell us about that. Tell us.
Tell them. Soldier boy.
Take us into that.
Without
maybe giving away.
Right. I'm like, how do I do
that
this?
Lady's listening and she's like, oh, man.
Okay, if you think this is you, it's not you. Okay?
That's right.
Boom.
Clarify.
No, but I think I've missed it a couple of times. And I look back and I'm like, did I miss it though? I think it's if you're ready. So a lot of women, and let's get in. I don't want to speak for women because they're always like, "Ooh, no man is ever gonna speak for me. I can speak for myself." Women's empowerment # feminism. I'm like, okay, cool,
got it.
But women want a guy who knows who he is,
right?
And a guy who can treat them with respect, right?
Totally agree.
And I feel, and this is why I'm single right now, I feel like at this point, I can treat you with respect, but I can't treat you the way I feel like you should be treated. I think you should always treat women with respect. And so it's better for me to take myself off the market. Not that I'm such a dish, but it's better for me to take myself off the market and just stay single until I'm ready. Because I've been in situations where I've dated people and like I could just tell I'm not ready, and I'm not treating them the way they should be treated. And it's not like anything bad. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's like you want to take them out on dates, but I'm like, I don't think I'm taking them out enough. And so you're not spending as much quality time with them because I'm like, okay, I have to figure myself out. And so I think I've missed out on opportunities because they're ready, but I'm not. And so it feels like a loss, but it's not a loss, you know?
No. You're saving yourself so much pain and heartache, and you're saving and protecting her.
Yes, I'm doing this for you, ladies. I'm looking out for you.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, like, drama, it's never fun.
No.
It's just not, man. I don't care how good looking someone is. I don't care how big somebody's whatever is, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is not worth it. It is better to take yourself off the market, so to speak, than to be dragged or to drag somebody through your crap. Yes. Nobody wants that.
No. And here's the thing, like,
doesn't it take a real man, also a man of maturity, to recognize, like, I can't commit to that right now.
So you're calling me a mature man?
I am.
I
think so. Man. I mean, you ladies, come on, right? Like,
but what I'll say is, if you haven't reached my level of maturity, the relationship suffers. And let's talk to the fellas here for a second. All right.
Dude talk.
If you're in a relationship, I'm going to tell you exactly when you know your woman is about to leave you. Okay? I'm going to give you advice. My name is Eric David, and I've got all the answers. Right? So the biggest thing that I've noticed is her hair. Her hair is going to tell you exactly where your relationship is and what she's looking for. Okay? Hold on.
All right. Hold on. I won't say anything.
Okay. If your girl comes home and she's got a brand new hairstyle, she's on the way out. An extreme hairstyle.
Okay. Wait. All right.
You guys meet her, right? You like the way she looks. So in her mind, and I hate speaking for women, but we don't have any. We really need some women on the show. But in her mind, this is how she got you.
Okay.
She got you with this hairstyle, with this, the look that she's got. That's how she got you.
Okay.
So she's not going to change that up much. She will get a cut a little bit, maybe dye it, have some streaks, right? But this is how she got you, and she likes you, and she wants to keep you, right? So she's not going to change it up. She's not going to go all crazy.
Okay.
But if she comes home and she has a dramatic hairstyle, like she cuts like 5-8 inches off, changes the hair color.
Okay.
She's not looking. She didn't do it for you. She is searching for another man. She's changed her look to attract a new man, the man that she wants. So if you see that, she's on her way out. And this is the way women do it. Okay. Now some girls change their hairstyle, but what they do is they'll consult you first. So they'll have magazines, and they already know what hairstyles they want. So they'll open up a magazine to their favorite celebrities, usually a celebrity, and they'll go, "So what do you think about her hair?" And you'll go, and she'll go, "Okay." So that one's off the table. "What do you think about Jennifer Aniston's hair?" And you go, "Oh, okay. Yeah." And so, okay, all right, that's in the good book. So she's consulting you.
Okay.
She wants to keep you.
Uh-huh.
And she's consulting you.
Okay.
So she's going to change her hair. But if she doesn't consult you and she changes her hairstyle, she is trying to attract another man. Ooh. And then what they do is that they will go out, they will find a replacement before they leave you.
Oh.
Have you had that before?
Oh, it's like getting a job before you quit.
Exactly. So what they're doing, they are the boss. They are actually, they're training the replacement.
Okay.
Before, so you come into work and the boss says, "Okay, I want you to train these new guys on what you do." And you go, "Okay, well, I train them, and they get to be as good as you are." And then all of a sudden, the boss fires you and has a replacement ready because you trained the replacement. So they go out looking for a replacement before they actually leave you. Okay. So if the hairstyle changes, just know she's on her way out. Or it's either she's on her way out or she wants you to notice her. And this is why hair is so important, because the hair will tell you all. So if she changes her hairstyle.
So has this happened to you?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. No, wait a minute. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Okay. Guys, make sure you notice the hair.
Watch the hair.
Watch the hair. Either she is on her way out or she wants you to pay attention to her. So she's done something new, done something drastic to sort of spice up the relationship, and she wants you to notice her. So if you don't, she's gonna go out and find another man.
Boom.
Like me. Ooh, I'm gonna take your man. Well, not your man. I'm gonna take your woman. No. So I've been on the other end. What happens is
you change your hairdo?
No. I've been on the other end, and I'm not gonna call people out, but I've been on the end of I'm fishing to see if you're interested, but I've got a man, so I'm the guy who is like, okay, I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna send you some text messages. Ooh. I'm gonna maybe invite you out as a group or whatever. Ooh. Just to see if you're interested. Ooh. Because I'm ready to leave my man, but if I don't get the go ahead from you, then I'm just gonna stay with what I've got. So and I know when you're doing it too. Ooh. You use me. Ooh. Ladies, you use me and abuse me. But I know when they're doing it. And so I usually, if I know that's what's happening, I usually don't give them the signals. And the reason I don't give them the signals is because I don't give them the go ahead, I guess, is because I want you to know what you want. And if you can't make a decision, then all these other games don't matter. Yep. So if you can't commit to one or the other, then I don't know if you can fully commit to me. You need to make a decision. And if you don't, then it's,
well, and I think that brings in a whole new conversation too. Like, why are you in the field? Why are you dating? Are you dating? Like, there's got to be purpose for it, right? Like, nobody wants to just date somebody to to date. Like there should be like dating with some type of purpose. Like I would never hang out with someone for 17 years to just date them. Like, no, like I saw a future with Alicia. Like I could see us having children. I could see us old together and going on grandma, grandpa walks while the grandchildren, like I could see that with her. And I would question somebody that's fishing while they have somebody. Like, what are you not getting in that relationship that you would want to leave that person for and go searching for something else? And could the desire be way more deeper than what meets the eye? Because you are eye candy to some ladies for sure. But why would they then do that to their man?
I think it's loneliness and loneliness because people they'll get into a relationship just because they don't want to be alone. Like when the winter is cuffing season, and cuffing season is just you find anybody, you don't even necessarily have to be that attracted to them, but you just you date somebody during the winter months to sort of cuddle up with, keep you warm, keep your hammer toes warmed at night. Yeah, it's called cuffing season.
17 years married, I didn't know this even existed.
Right, and so
I'm kind of shocked. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so that's okay. What you do. So it's not even about attraction. It's just people don't want to be alone. It's loneliness. And so they're not willing to break off something. It's loneliness and it's investment. And women are smart. They look at things as an investment. And I've heard them talk about this because I've had friends who have been in relationships for a really long time. It's not right. And they get into arguments or whatever. And so it's kind of like, and I tell them like, okay, he's right, you're right, but you're not right for each other, right? And so they'll be in relationships, and I'm like, okay, so why don't you just break it off? And they say, well, I've invested so much time, so now I've been with this person for 4 years. Was that 4 years just a waste? And so they will stay in a relationship because they've been in the relationship. And so it's that, and it's loneliness. It's like, well, I don't feel like I can do any better. I don't want to be alone. I don't know how I could cope. And so it's more of, at least that's what I've experienced. So why would somebody do it? I think they're lonely, and there's just a need out there for true companionship, and people are searching for it in any way they can. And this is one of the ways that they do it. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm old school maybe in my thought pattern, but I just think, man, if you do it right, and I almost didn't do it right. So I'm unique in the fact that I came from a jacked up family. Like my mom, my dad, I'm what society would call a bastard child, right? So my mom and my dad didn't really even have a relationship, born out of wedlock. So I saw jacked up relationships until I started hanging out with some of my dudes when I was a young kid. And I started going, when I'd stay the night, I'd see a really healthy mom and dad. So I didn't really see the real family unit until I was older.
Okay.
So I thought it was just mom. I just thought that's how it works for everybody.
Normal,
yeah. But I would say, like to someone that's really truly searching for love during this Valentine season, that it is absolutely possible. But like what you've done, I think you have to know whether you should be on the market or not on the market. And if you're in the market, why are you there? And what is your hopes? Is it just to fill the lonely void? Because you know what? You got friends that you could fill there and it'd be drama free, right? Or, if you really are looking, then what are you doing to surround yourself with people that have the same values as you? Where are you going to mingle and to meet and to network? And I'm not talking about forcing. I'm not talking about speed dating. And if that's worked for someone, great, good. awesome. But I'm talking about, I would want to meet somebody in a natural environment where I'd normally be, where I'm not trying to manufacture something. And I want to make sure that my heart is right, that my mind is right, that, like you had said, I'm in a position maybe financially to be able to, I'm not going to be able to buy her a Lamborghini, but I could at least, I can pay the bills. We can go out to eat every now and then and go watch a movie, that we can enjoy each other's company. Like, like these, what are these things that are motivating you to go search for love? And you got to be honest with yourself, because there's a lot of people lying, right? There's a lot of people that are horny. Let's just be honest, right? That are running around and they just want to get their rocks off. Yep. Okay, well, if that's you, then you probably should keep your rocks to yourself, right? There are other ways that you can take care of your rocks. Yeah. But I think if somebody that is mature enough and willing enough to slow down and be honest with themselves, man, you know what? If you don't want to break hearts and you don't want to be known as the D-bag, it would be good to really figure out what it is that you want. I would encourage people to say a prayer and invite God into it. Ain't gonna hurt nothing, I can tell you that. And invite God so that you're not doing all the work, and that you're allowing him to also cross paths with the right people at the right time. I know that sounds crazy to some people, especially people that don't believe in God. They're like, you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I would challenge someone to just try that in the comfort when nobody's around. Get alone and have a honest conversation with God and invite them into your love. Let God write your love story. Because had I written I tried to write my love story for all those years, and I would never say this on air, but I effed it up. Mm-hmm. I messed up so many girls' lives, so much so that I actually had to go back to an old girlfriend and apologize. Yeah. I really did, because I wasn't thinking like with what you were just saying. I wasn't trying to be mindful and intentional. I was just like, I'll be honest, I was just like a dude in heat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just running around looking like, hey, anybody feeling the way I'm feeling? And it hurts people. It gets people in trouble. And honestly, whether somebody believes in God or not, it's not the designed way of what I personally believe that God has ironed it out for. I think companionship is a beautiful thing. I think being committed to somebody that's doing their hair and did what you were talking about, that breaks my heart, because I think there's a lot of truth to it. There's some fun, and we're poking fun at it, being silly. Of course. But bro, let's be honest, there's truth to what you're saying. Of course. There's truth to it. And then there are some, there's some ladies out there that are listening to this going, oh my gosh, he just read my mail. It's true. It's time for a heart check. And if you want to live a life that feels more full and feels rich, I think you're right. I think people need to slow down and really evaluate, am I in a position where I have something to offer someone else? Not to come into it, me. Right. That's easy to do. I got all these needs and you're going to fill those needs. Whoa, hang on a second. A relationship is 50-50. My wife grows her hair out because I think she looks most attractive. Okay. She likes short hair. Okay. So as you're telling me this stuff, I'm thinking, wow, my wife is the opposite of that. Okay. She goes up and beyond for me. There have been times where my wife's looked at me and she was the one that motivated me. She looked at me and she tapped my belly. Ooh, the belly tap. Oh, and she was like, you might want to go back to the gym. Boy, loud and clear signal. Whoa,
But she stays in shape, though. She runs.
She does. She's in great shape.
So you're letting the team down.
I know. That's why I'm on it, man. That's why I'm losing my fat chubba-lub. Yeah. So all that to say, I think there is something here, and I appreciate your perspective so much. And I think that it's so cool that here I've been married for 17 years, and you have been single, and you've had some great ladies in your life, and you've been able to know whoa, this is not for me. This is not a good fit. And maybe you have missed it, Eric.
Yes, a couple times.
But she is out there, and I'm excited for you, because I think that this type of conversation, it only pushes you even closer to maybe figuring out who the one is. Right. And I'm pumped for you. I think you got a bright future. And I can't wait to see little Eric's running around. I'll be honest.
My gosh. More of me.
I do, man.
Can't imagine that.
Our kids can babysit your little kids. It'd be awesome.
Well, that's really what I was waiting for.
Yeah,
Your kids need to be of age where they can babysit, and then I can just like pawn them off.
They're not cheap though. They're top dollar.
Well, you know what? They're worth it. I've met your kids. They're worth it.
All right.
Then I'll pay top dollar.
So there you have it. Right? Woo! Like Valentine's. We took this in a whole.
I know. I don't know if we encouraged relationships or discouraged it. I think we encouraged honesty. Just be honest.
Be honest.
If you want to be single, if you're single, don't be disappointed about being single. Be happy with who you are and where you are. Don't force it. The one, well, not the one. I don't believe in the one, like I said. But somebody nice, somebody cool will come, and it's going to happen when you least expect it. Oh, I can't wait.
There you go. All right. Well, anything else to say?
Are you the one for me?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm taken. Sorry. Right. But I love you.
People are going to think we're so weak. All right. Anyway, until next time.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
If you like what we've got going on,
we've got it going on.
Click the button to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
Yeah, baby.